Hello, welcome to the Shane Wolf Show. Great to have you with us. I'm here today with Matt Mallardi, who is a fantastic musician, drummer, and I'm sure that you play other instruments as well. You play like Didgeridoo?
Yeah, as well, yeah.
Yeah.
Didgeridoo, yeah.
Yeah, so how long are you playing Didge for?
I've been playing Didge probably for just over a year now.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know Tane, who we had on the show. He was our very first guest.
Yeah.
He's a Didge player.
He's awesome, man. He's an amazing musician in his own right, yeah.
Have you heard him play Didge, or do you Didge together, or?
We're at the backstage at the Gympie Muster, and he grabbed my Didge and he showed me. It was really cool.
Right.
He's it was really awesome, yeah.
Oh, great. So Gympie Muster?
Yeah, so I've played the Gympie Muster with Tane. He was he's a harmonica player and the guitarist in the country band that I play in. Yeah.
So you play in the same band as him?
Yeah.
Oh, what's the name of the band?
Jared Wrigley and the Rebels.
Right.
Yeah.
So how was the Gympie Muster?
Gympie Muster was absolutely so many words to describe it, but it was breathtaking and it was amazing just to play a festival like that and also just be around so many incredible musicians and just to absorb all these professional musicians, like their playing and just their advice. It was incredible.
So you got to hang out with a lot of these musicians?
Yeah, like after the gig, I got to be backstage with the Angels, the Screaming Jets. It was like growing up listening to those bands. It was just like a real pinch me moment. It was cool.
Did you meet Sam Brewster, the bass player for the Angels?
Yeah.
Good friend of mine. Sam, hello.
That's cool.
Yeah, we used to play in a band together in Adelaide.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
dude, they're an incredible band.
He's very good, and they are very good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, how many people did you perform to at the Gympie Muster?
It was early on in the day, so it was maybe around 1,000 people.
Yeah.
But it was really awesome just to play mainly original music.
Yeah. And is
cool.
that the kind of festival where there's multiple stages?
Yeah, so there's a big main stage. Because it's on, I think, I'm not sure how big, but of like a 2,000-acre property. And most of the year it's used as like a station cattle ground, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong here. And everything just gets put onto that property just for the Gympie Muster, which is incredible.
I mean, it's a huge production, isn't it? I mean, staging, lighting, sound, like it's a big thing to put on, right?
Oh, it's crazy. I think they said that they sold over 40,000 tickets. This year. Yeah, it was around 39,000, something like that.
Yeah. Amazing that you had the opportunity to play there.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So you go up there, you do your slot. Your slot is how long?
Our slot was 45 minutes, and it was on which stage? Oh, I can't even remember now. No, I can't.
One of the stages.
Yeah, one of the stages.
Yeah.
Oh God.
That's okay.
What is it? Oh, the Muster Clubs. Yeah, I asked that question again. Yeah.
Mate, I wouldn't even know like how many stages there are. You could have said anything.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said. They're on the main.
There are people watching that have probably seen you there, and they go, "No, that wasn't on that stage."
Yeah.
Which stage were you on?
The Muster Club stage.
Right.
It was in the afternoon, and yeah, it was incredible. The sound was awesome. Yeah.
Was there much prep before? Like, how did you even get the slot? Like, how did you?
Well, it all started back, if you want, I can start at the start of the year.
Please do.
So at the start of the year, actually it started back at Christmas Eve last year. A country artist by the name of Mick Lindsay reached out. He's an amazing musician. He's recorded over in Nashville. Really wild. And like he asked me to play a Christmas Eve slot with him in a venue on the Sunshine Coast, which I was like, wow, yep, absolutely. So I did that gig with him, with a bass player by his name Mel as well, an incredible bass player. And we played this awesome gig. And then the next day, like I got back to Toowoomba about 4:30 in the morning, and then my niece woke me up for Christmas. So I had like 30 minutes sleep, which was awesome. Then after a couple of months, I got a message from his manager and they asked me to play a rodeo show in central Queensland. So before that, I transcribed all his music note for note, went through people aren't drummers, I transcribed like all the little flourishes, like ghost notes, which are quiet notes on the snare drum and stuff like that. And I just learnt that and just really stuck at it for 2 months. And I was doing full-time uni at the Queensland Conservatorium as well. And yeah, that rodeo gig gave me a lot of experience. It was very different from playing back in Townsville. I'd play like small cover gigs, and like that was like, this was different. It's like when I walked out, I had to be like in a different mindset, different mental frame, and my playing ability, you know.
It's a big crowd, isn't it?
Yeah, and like just really confident about everything that I do. So that was amazing, and I took a lot of advice from Mick after the gig, and I just went really and worked hard on that stuff. And then I was fortunate to be at the Queensland Conservatorium as well, which is it's amazing. There's so many, they're all incredible musicians, and our pop cohort are just all incredible people who are just really passionate, and it's awesome to see such competitiveness, but in such a healthy way. A month after the rodeo gig, my mate reached out, who I used to play in a cover band with, Luke Thomas, and he's an awesome friend, and he asked me to play a festival or a couple shows up in North Queensland with him in his band called Golden Sunbird, and it's really cool. It's got all this spacey kind of hippie kind of really cool vibes about it. So between uni studies, I got to travel up to North Queensland and play some shows, which was awesome. And then I got back to the Queensland Con on the day of my exam. I had an awesome friend, Brittany, that picked me up from the airport, which was awesome. And yeah, did the exam. And then 3 days later, I got asked to go out to Mount Isa and then do a races show with another country artist called Riley Young, he's an awesome up and coming country artist as well. Yeah.
So you've surrounded yourself basically with a lot of up and coming artists, and you're getting a lot of festival spots.
Yeah, it's really awesome, and it's like it's also really humbling just to be around so many amazing people that love music and they're passionate about it. That means a lot to me. Yeah.
And that must mean that you do a lot of travel as well.
Yeah, this year has seen a lot of places, like a lot of central Queensland and North Queensland. So it's been amazing. Yeah.
How do you cope with the travel, and do you travel like with your own kit, or do they have kits there, backline or?
It depends on the slot, but a lot of the central Queensland stuff I usually travel with my own kit.
Because you're driving.
Yeah, well, Mick, it depends who I'm playing with, but most of the time they've usually got a trailer. Mick has his own touring bus, so we get to go out on a bus, and it's top notch. It's really awesome, yeah. And I get to play my kit, which I love the sound of my kit. When I set it up, I know it's going to sound like my drums, and I don't have to tweak anything. So
yeah, I get that. So tell me about the touring bus.
He's got a touring bus, and he's converted it to just for people to live on. So it goes like, he travels out and does shows all around Queensland and into Northern Territory and stuff like that.
How many people would it sleep?
At the moment, I think maybe 4 people. So it's pretty cool. Yeah. And it's got like a full-on kitchen setup and stuff like that. It's incredible.
Yeah. I'm imagining like a school bus or like size. Is it that big?
No, it's like a little tiny school bus, but he's converted it now to more of like a home style kind of living thing. Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah.
In case you have a place that takes like 2 days to get there or something.
Yeah. But traveling, to answer that question, absolutely love it. Just to sit out and just listen to the sound of like, like just what's going on, like the animals, and look outside and just see how beautiful Australia is. It's like, wow, these rocky ridges, there's just so much to look at visually. And it's incredible. Yeah.
Have you finished uni?
I know, I'm in my second year. Yeah. So I just, in my second year at the Queensland Conservatorium, which is, it's amazing.
Second of 3?
Yep. 3 years, yeah.
And it's a Bachelor of?
Music performance.
In any particular style? genre?
Pop music, but I'd say that it's very broad. Like the first semester, I got asked to learn a snarky puppy tune, and that's really jazzy fusion. So it's it does push me and it challenges me, which I love about that. Yeah, it's incredible.
So when you're a drummer, so you don't do solo stuff like at uni, do you? Like, so you need to be in an ensemble.
Yep, absolutely, yeah.
And so, like, how does that work?
So we'll be assigned groups where we'll work in an ensemble for the semester, and yeah, it's really cool. Like our head of music, his name's Caleb James, incredible musician and incredible lecturer. And he sets tasks that actually force people to get the best out of it. So he'll make you have like personality clashes. So you're set up to grow. So you're both growing musically. So you're getting the ultimate experience and how to work with people in a real life situation, which has been super rewarding. Yeah, been great.
Yeah, that would be quite challenging.
Absolutely. But also when you're on the other side of it, you get more, I think you understand things in a different way than at the start. So it's been, I'd say those 2 years so far at the Queensland Con have just been life transforming. Like, just incredible people, and it's just a place that's it nurtures my music and it nurtures everyone else's music, within, yeah.
And so after you finish third year, where do you think you want to go with?
Continue playing with the people that I'm playing with. At the moment, I am playing with an awesome original artist by the name of Jared Wrigley. I started playing with him just before the Gympie Muster, and it's been an incredible journey so far. That band is just full of incredible musicians, and it challenges me and pushes me to be better every time after every gig.
Was that band playing at the Gympie Muster?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay. So did you have multiple bands playing at the Gympie Muster, or?
No, that was my first gig. He was putting a band together, and I set an audition video and stuff like that, and he called me a couple days later, and I went for an audition, and everything just fitted so well. It sounded so great together. And he's like, yeah, our first gig's Gympie Muster. And my manager's going to be there. James Blundell, who's an incredible country artist, is going to be there. And I'm just like, wow, okay. So I went through and just worked and click-tracked the whole show and stuff like that and practiced all the songs, yeah.
So how do you juggle your dates and because you do a few cover gigs here and there, like fill in the gaps, and you're obviously traveling a lot. So what do you find are the biggest challenges for young musicians in getting themselves organized?
I think organization is a really important thing, and I am still working on it every day to be better at it. I think with organization, I think you've got to be super organized if you want a career in any field, So, what was the question?
I find that musicians, not always reliable. Have you come across this as yet?
100%.
Yeah.
I pride myself on a couple of things, and I always be reliable, always take feedback and work on those things, and just always look nice and smell good, I think that's an important thing.
Look nice and smell good.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, that's good advice.
100%. Yeah.
I couldn't say don't do the opposite, so I think it's good advice.
But yeah, I think being organized is really good. Balancing shows from traveling is really important. So setting up, when I get home from shows and stuff like that, traveling on the weekends, I'll wake up the next morning and I'll go to yoga at 5 a.m. And it's like a complete body reset where I'll just relax my muscles, and I also do a meditation after that.
Do you go to a place to do that?
Absolutely. And it's been life transforming. Yoga just does incredible things for the body, mentally, physically. It's amazing. Yeah.
When did you start doing that?
About 2.5 years ago. and it's you can play super solid and rock solid like on gigs, and you just feel amazing afterwards after a yoga session. Like your body's all aligned.
Do you feel like that's part of your getting ready to do a gig kind of ritual sort of thing? You need to do a yoga session before whatever, the morning or the afternoon or the evening, like that helps you to be at the peak?
Absolutely. I got gigs this weekend, and I will be doing a couple yoga sessions during the week just to loosen the body up and stuff like that. And just, I think, listening to the body, because it's like what you said, like if you're not organized and you've got all this work, you can't just force your body to do that. You've got to listen to your body and work with it. And I think it's important to do that, to listen.
Are these group sessions?
Yep.
So what do they usually take? 45 minutes?
This one takes an hour.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's a vinyasa flow, so it's just a slow release of muscles, and it's hot yoga. It's in a room where it's heated, I think, up to about 40 degrees. And when you go in there, I like to go in 20 minutes before, and it just warms all my muscles up. So I don't overstretch muscles or stuff like that. And like when I leave, I'll just be completely covered in sweat. But after like a little meditation, just a perfect ingredient to get your week started.
Yeah. And you'll do this once a week or?
A couple times a week.
Yep.
Like you can go in, you could be like really tight on your left side, and you'll be like, okay, I need to loosen up that now in that session, and you're just working with it. I feel like it's a life journey yoga. You'd never get there. And I love that, like, you can't jam your body in these you can't jam your body in these movements and have an ego with it. You've got to be like, okay, I'm gonna relax, I'm gonna come back next week and do it. And then it's like it takes a year just to get one pose right.
Yeah, I've done like a little bit of yoga before, and it's very difficult.
Yeah, it's great though. Hey,
I think when you look at people who are good at yoga, doing yoga, it looks easy, and then you try and do it, and it's not easy.
No, but it's incredible. It's the challenging, like it. I feel like it ripples into other parts of my life in a positive way. So
yeah, that's good. Gives you that clarity. Gives you
absolutely, yeah.
That's great. Good news. That's good. Because I think that some musicians have trouble with balancing whatever it is they need to balance.
Yeah.
And they're quite, I just see there's lots of musicians cancelling and, or double booking themselves and all of this business. It's just like, I mean, that's not something that I would do. So I find it difficult, when people can't, maintain the commitment of what I would describe going to work. Like it is a job, and if you see it as a job, you take it more seriously, and
absolutely, it is a job.
Make sure you go on time. Make sure you're doing what the client wants. I don't think you can think of it any other way.
Yeah, it's I heard a saying a couple years ago, and it said, if you're late, you're fired. If you're on time, you're late. If you're early, you got the gig.
Yeah.
So I always pride myself to be early and, well rehearsed and all that stuff.
Yeah. I guess, in your line of work, knowing what you're playing before you arrive there is like paramount. Like, especially being a drummer, but like, you've got to know the form, the tempos, everything, don't you?
Absolutely.
Because I am assuming you're clicking the band in.
Yep.
So you have to know.
Yep.
Straight up.
And like, there's things sometimes like sometimes I'll do gigs and I'll do songs where like play with cover artists. Like, you're awesome, man. Like play with yourself. And you'll chuck loops on and stuff like that, and there'll be things that I miss or something in the song, and I'll go home and listen to it, and I'll be like, oh, that's where that hit is, and I'll adjust. I feel like it's a constant thing where you're never there. It's just adjusting and getting better.
Yeah, that's right. It is a constant. I think that's music as a whole.
Absolutely.
You are never there.
And you never will be.
You never will be.
Yes.
That is true. I think that's part of the fun of it.
Absolutely. Music's incredible.
I mean, that's why I never get sick of doing gigs. Like, I think I've got 10 this week, and like,
That's amazing.
not sick of it. I'll finish a gig and just go raging for the next one.
That's awesome, eh? That's passion, man.
That's great.
That's so exciting.
People often ask me, even other musicians, what if you get sick of it? It's like, how can you possibly get sick of it? There's like infinite answers, you know, like we're literally playing infinite answers.
Yeah.
Like I can just change a beat, like on one particular song, and it becomes completely different.
Yeah. And it's like the way that people interact with you, like it's just like you get to escape to another part of like, you know, another world almost. You know?
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Yeah, I don't get sick of it one bit.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, same. Like it's like, man, I got 2 gigs this weekend. It's like, yes, let's go. You know, we're playing. We're gigging. It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't complain. No complaints.
No
complaints.
Grateful. Yeah.
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 I think that's why I'm always the first. Well, possibly the first one my agent will call, because he just knows. Yeah, he'll just go. He knows if he sees my calendar and it's free, he knows. Like, do you want the gig? He knows the answer can be it.
That's awesome. I think, yeah, like you said, it's always being reliable, and I think it's like any job. You know, if you're reliable, you're going to get a call, and yeah, it's going to be amazing, and it's going to build, and you're going to build a rapport with people, and it's just going to be more better for you.
Is the gig life new for you?
Yeah, these kind of gigs are new. Like playing this year, I'd probably say is the most I've ever traveled for gigs.
Yeah.
When I used to live back in Townsville, I'd play cover gigs, and I'd probably play in a room. Like I remember playing in a place called let's say it, a place called Bushland Beach Tavern, and I played to no one in the room one night, and like,
oh, we've all done those gigs.
Exactly, yeah.
Man, I saw a picture of the Beatles doing a gig like that.
Really?
Yeah, I'll share it to you.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Might even post it up here. Yeah, it's like a almost empty room.
Yeah.
Before they just went huge.
That's
like stuff like that makes you feel like, that's the same. I get that.
Yeah. But like now it's like it's completely different. It's like you turn up out west at a show and there's just heaps of people. You know, it's like a different environment, and you're playing on the back of a truck. Like I remember this year I got to play you know, Crocodile Dundee?
Yes.
We got to play at a venue called the Walkabout Creek Hotel.
Oh, not the one from the
movie.
Get Out.
It's actually in North Queensland. Central Queensland.
I actually didn't know that it was a real.
Yep. And we got to play there. And when I went there, I'm like, oh, we're just going to be playing inside. No, we got there and we're playing on a truck outside, and we're looking at the Walkabout Creek Hotel. I'm like,
that is cool. Yeah. You get some photos and stuff.
Yeah, I was mad. I put the Mick Dundee hat on with a knife.
Of course.
That's got a knife.
That's a knife.
This is a knife.
Like, because I've only been in Brisbane 4 years, coming up to 4 years, and 2 of that was, you know, we couldn't play. So I think, I need to start exploring out into the country a bit more.
Yeah, do it. Australia's got incredible, like even Central Queensland, like drove past like in the bus, and I'm like, wow, there's dinosaurs out there. Like you see a sign, there's dinosaur bones.
Tane was telling me about it. Yeah. There's apparently there was a lot of dinosaurs here.
Yeah.
They're finding them now.
Yeah, it's crazy. Hey, like, and just some of the places like you see out there, it's just incredible. Yeah, it's amazing. It's more quiet as well. I find the city, I love the city life, but I like the country life as well. It's just more slow and gentle. When you go out there, there's just no noise, and you just really it's nice. Yeah, it's incredible.
Something I need to explore.
Do it. It's
I'm gonna have to learn some more country songs.
Yeah, country girl. So don't put that in.
They're not gonna want to hear Niles Barkley and.
They might.
No,
I don't know, man. Some of the stuff that I see, hey, I was just like, man, how do you know this song? No. Don't put that on.
They have the internet, you know.
Oh shit. Yeah, cut that. Oh no.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here with Matt Mallardi,
Back.
very talented drummer.
Thanks, man. Very talented guitarist and singer.
No, just your everyday host today.
Beautiful white shirt.
Yeah, that's right. Chris. Yeah, so tell us about how you got started with drums.
When I was younger, my mother and father introduced me to a lot of music. I remember we had like, I think just a 1 CD player, and we had like this little 10-track CD holder, and it had like John Farnham, NXS, Gowanna, and just all these incredible bands. And I didn't play an instrument then, but like it was like my parents just brought me up like on incredible Australian music and stuff overseas as well, which was incredible. And when I was 10 years old, my mother gave me her tape collection, which had Toto, Men at Work, Gowanna, The Angels, a lot of Australian bands, a lot of international bands. And it just, just really started to listen to a lot of music because I grew up on a cane farm. So before then I was helping my father. And then like, as I got older, I just started to sit at home more and listen to music. And my father and my mother just gave me this awesome love for music. And when I was 15 years old, I saw the drum set, and I'm just like, wow, I think I want to do that. Like, and I was really fortunate that my music teacher was the guitarist for the Divinals. So he was really encouraging, and I had an incredible music teacher as well, Mrs. Miller. And she opened the drum room up, and I just got to practice a lot of the days, and it was really cool. I couldn't play very well, and I remember waking up one morning and just going, I just want to be better every day, and that hasn't stopped now. Like, it's still going, which is cool.
That's what I think right now.
Mm.
We might do it. Yeah.
It would be better.
Every gig I go, I just go, okay, just be a little bit better.
Exactly. But the love of music came from my parents, and I just continued to just love music. And when I left school, I wanted to be a professional drummer, and I wanted to travel around and play music. That was a really cool thing. And when I was 21, I started busking on the street with my first drum teacher. His name's Constantine Hagaloo. Bit of a mouthful there. Awesome Greek fella. And we did some busking. And then after that, he stopped busking with me, and I took over, and I just started busking. And I think I did like 3.5 years, most Saturdays and Friday nights, just playing along to backing tracks and stuff. And then I started doing cover gigs in Townsville. I was playing in original bands as well. And
Are you originally from Townsville?
Yeah. Ooh. No.
Oh, no, I haven't been, so I can't say anything.
Oh, it's a great place.
Can't see anything great or bad about it.
Yeah, it's cool.
Maybe one day I'll get up there.
Do it, man. There's incredible waterfalls. Really nice scenery, you know. Yeah, it's good.
Much of a live music scene?
The live music scene, I think, has taken quite a bit of a hit when people like started to get more jobless in Townsville.
What caused that?
God, I don't sound very intellectual. Jobless. Caused that.
Was there is it a mining town? Did a mine shut down?
I think the crime rate went up in Townsville and people weren't fixing it, and then a lot of businesses just went up for sale as well. There was a lot of things that contributed.
They moved out?
Yeah.
Where do you think they would have gone?
I don't know. It is getting better now, though. Townsville is an incredible place. It's it's a beautiful place. You know, it's got a very awesome music scene. Like now, there's a lot of people there, and there's a lot of really incredible musicians there that are building themselves and building a brand for music and stuff like that. And there's just, it's a really inspiring place to be around that. Yeah.
Do you like getting back? Family still there?
Just friends. I am heading back on Sunday, actually, just for 12 days. I'm looking forward to it. It's more just to chill out and go for hang out with some friends and go jump off rocks at the creek and stuff like that. Yeah, it's good. Cool. Sound like a freaking 4-year-old. Don't post that. Oh, God. I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's fine. You can say that.
Nah, it was good, eh?
Yeah. Whatever you do with the friends, it's your business.
Yeah. Let's go hang out, drink some coffee.
Yeah.
Look at me, Mark.
What would you do when you get 12 days where you will go? What will you do with your friends for 12 days?
Well, I'm landing in Cairns first, and I'm gonna go maybe catch up with my drum teacher, Jonathan Barbagallo. He really helped my career a lot, which is incredible. And then I'll head over into the Atherton Tablelands, and then catch up with some friends, families, and stuff like that. And then we'll head back to Townsville. On the way, we'll stop at my old property that I used to live at, and then that's near Crystal Creek. So we'll go swimming, go through rock slide and stuff like that. Just to get away and then catch up with friends. And then see my awesome mate. He's a coffee roaster. Amazing coffee roaster, and has a massive business, and it's so he'll take me through that and show me his new coffees that he's working on.
Right.
So it's great.
He's working on whatever blends he's working on.
Yep. He used to be a drummer, but now he's focused on coffee, and he's won a lot of awards for it, and so it'd be great just to go there, and he just makes a beautiful cup of coffee and see him. Yeah.
I like a good cup of coffee.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Coffee's good, man.
Yeah. The guy across the road here, Chris at Percolate, he makes a good coffee.
We'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
Good coffee's a good thing.
Yeah.
Not that 7-Eleven stuff. Not sponsored by 7-Eleven.
Right. Okay. Sounds like you're very busy.
Yeah. Busy trip. So it'll just be that.
Catch-ups.
And straight back into gigs. Getting ready for the Christmas break, and getting ready for shows. Yeah.
Busy. So, booked out.
Yeah, so I got Christmas with my family on the 25th, and then on the 26th, I'll be playing with Jared and the boys. We'll be traveling to Emerald. The next day, I'll be flying out of Emerald to Brisbane, and then Brisbane to Launceston. My mate will pick me up, and then I've got 2 festival slots for the 30th and the 31st in Tasmania.
What's the name of the festival?
One is called Bonzaki, which is in Hobart. It's in a rainforest, so I'm super keen.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Oh man, yeah. I saw like the running creeks, and I'm like, I think I want to jump in that water, just get in there and do like a cold dip. It'd be sick. It's gonna be an amazing festival. I'm looking forward to I feel like I love being around nature. So when I see a festival, it's got nature. It's like, oh yeah, I can get into this,
Yeah, that'd be cool. I haven't done any of that either. I mean, most of the festivals I've played have been like city festivals, so
should, man.
It's very different to that.
It's different. There's just different people, different mindsets, on things. It's really cool. So we're doing that, and then we're then playing a 30-minute slot on the Mona stage for New Year's, that's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah. With the band Golden Sunbird, which is in Tasmania. Yeah. So that's going to be cool. Yeah. Super excited for that show.
So those slots are usually like 45 minutes, aren't they?
Yeah. So there's 10 bands on that bill, but it'll be running, I think, from the afternoon till midnight. So that'll be cool, yeah.
And then next year?
Next year, we've got 2 shows at Tamworth with Jared Wrigley and the Rebels.
Mid-January, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a couple of weeks getting back to Brisbane, and then a couple of weeks after that, I'm off to Tamworth for my first ever Tamworth experience. I've never been there.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
Look forward to talking to you after it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
that'll be cool.
I mean, there's quite a few musos from here that head to Tamworth.
Oh, it's incredible. Country's not just like a traditional country. It's got there's so many genres going into it at the moment. It makes it such a fantastic time to be alive, to just witness where country music's heading. There's so many cool styles.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here with Matt Mallardi. drummer extraordinaire.
Thank you. I just want to say it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much, Shane, for having me today. And thank you so much, Damian, which you can't see, which is filming right now.
Behind the camera.
Exactly. It's always those guys.
It's a mystery man behind the camera. Damian recently got married. We should get him on here to talk about his experience of trying to organize a wedding that is in Singapore from Australia. That sounds like a nightmare. Yeah, thumbs up.
Next podcast.
Next podcast. So tell me what else is new that's happening with you. I think I heard you had a cymbal endorsement.
Yeah, so
Great news.
Thank you so much. So there's a guy named Dylan Redman. I met him at a drum jam in Brisbane in July, I think. And Dylan showed me these hi-hats, which I absolutely fell in love with. And I was so taken away by the brand Red Cymbals, just with how incredible the cymbals sound, and just the detail that Dylan has put into these cymbals, how they're laved, and how they just sound really beautiful. So I tagged him in a lot of stuff, like a lot of the shows that I was playing, and I was just trying to show my appreciation because he's an Australian cymbal manufacturer as well. The stuff is made overseas in Istanbul, in Turkey, which is where the best cymbals in the world are made. And it was just so awesome to support an Australian manufacturer. Like, he does stuff for mental health and stuff like that. So I just wanted to be part of that. And I just, a couple weeks later, I got offered, and Dylan sent me a message and he said, "I'd like to offer you an endorsement." And like, when I read the message, I was just like, whoa, this is cool. This is like, this is amazing, you know? Cause these cymbals are just, they're incredible. Like, they sound amazing. And I feel like if I didn't play those hats at Gympie or any festival or any show, I don't think it would sound the way that I do. I feel like I sound a lot better with them. Mm. I feel like it's a defining part of my sound now, like just the way that those hats sound and the other cymbals. Yeah. So really excited to be part of that family and what they do. And yeah, it's really cool.
So what are you using? Like you know, like Crash.
Yep. So I'm running 16-inch hats. I like the bigger hats, especially for country music, because with 14s, I've got a lot of attack and they're really bright and they cut through like a rock mix, or they're good for metal and stuff. With the 16-inch hats, there's a lot of body and it blends into a mix more out of a front of house system. Mm-hmm. And it kind of sits with the tracks and the guitar and all that a lot nicer. And you've got the foot splash, it sounds nice. The shoulder, the tip action is really cool. So I'm running 16-inch hats, 18-inch Crash, and at the moment I'm tossing up between getting a 19-inch Crash or a 20-inch Crash, and then I've got a 21-inch Rad that I've put an order in for.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great.
Oh, yeah. It's
Congratulations.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Yeah. Cool. Thanks, Sharon. Yeah.
So we brushed over that you play the didgeridoo.
Yeah.
Tell us more about that.
So there was a subject last year at the conservatorium called Exploring Music, and it was there was an assignment on an incredible artist called by the name of Xavier Rudd.
Yeah.
And the assignment was it was on the song Lioness Eyes, and I chose to do that with one of my friends, actually, who is now drumming for Pseudo Echo. Her name's Abby, incredible drummer. So we both did this assignment. And when I wrote my part of the assignment, I was like, okay, I need to research Xavier and listen to his music because I haven't really heard it. So I felt like if I'm doing this essay, I need to feel the emotion of what this artist has written so I can write about it, you know? And I put it on and I was just like, wow, like this guy's incredible. And I started watching his didgeridoo with drum videos and I was just like, damn, this is really cool. So after the essay, I submitted it and then I drove to Bow Desert and then bought a didgeridoo that was made, well, really cheaply, and it was bought at Dreamworld. I think by a guy called Kyle. I could be wrong. Anyway, I got home and I started playing it and couldn't really play. Hey, like I was just like, okay, I need to figure this out. And just started practicing every day, just working really hard on it and researching a video by a guy, I think his name's David Hudson. He had this YouTube video on Didgeridoo, incredible Didgeridoo player up in North Queensland. And I remember in the video, he just basically said, I can teach you this, but it's up to you every day to put in the time to get better. And I'm like, okay, this is going to take work. So I just started to put in the time every day, and I also had a conversation with the guitarist at the conservatorium who cracked circular breathing, because I was having a couple of conversations with different people saying like it took me a year to circular breathe, and I was like, oh man, this is tricky. But after I had that chat to his name Mitchell, he just like explained how he got it. And I remember going home and practicing and like, I'm going to get it today. I'm going to get it. And then a couple of weeks later, something clicked over. It just happened. And I'm like, wow, I've actually got it. And it just started to build. And then before that, I was playing Didgeridoo for 15 seconds. And then now it's like 5 minutes. It's crazy. It just clicked over. But at the time, I had this Didgeridoo. I think it was in A sharp drone, so it's really not. It's really very bright on the ears. So I went to this guy that lived behind my house, and he runs a Didgeridoo festival. It's crazy, hey? Like the places that you live, and just 200 meters through the forest, there's a guy that has all these Didgeridoos. So cool. So I went to this, and I'm like, I went to his house. And I went to his shop where he's got all these didges made. And my goal was to go there and get better beeswax on the didge. And then he said to me, you've got a hole in your didgeridoo. And I'm like, okay. And he said, I can't really fix it. He said, I can patch it up. And he said, I would have quit circular breathing after 2 hours. Because he said, to play that didge, like I was getting massive headaches playing this didgeridoo. He said, and that built up, I don't know, I think it built up like this amount of cheek strength. So when I was there, he's like, would you like to buy a didge? So he showed me this didgeridoo. I played like, I think 30 that day. And he showed me this didgeridoo. And it was by an elder up in North Queensland. His name is Nawa. I'm probably going to get that wrong. Incredible didgeridoo maker in North Queensland, and the tree is eucalyptus box tree, and it's in a D drone, and I played it and it just felt right. Like it was like, so I bought it and then I went home and started practicing, and like I started to play different voices, different drones with it because I had a much better quality didgeridoo. And then I just kept playing throughout the year, and I was fortunate to play festivals up in North Queensland with my mate, and I got to play Didge for the first time on stage. And I also want to say, like, there's an incredible composer at the Queensland Conservatorium who wrote a composition around my didgeridoo for 10 minutes. So he wrote the composition, every single instrument. His name's Rad. He's incredible. And he wrote all the pieces of music and composed it all. And I got to perform it with him. And that was my first ever performance on Didge, which was in March earlier this year. And yeah, I got to play for 10 minutes, and that was life-changing. That was crazy. Like it was amazing. So moving on further, I started to play Didge more often. And then I got a call from Jared, incredible country artist, and he's got a song, and I actually got to play didgeridoo and drums at Gympie Muster, but I actually was circular breathing and drumming at the same time. So working on what Xavier Rudd was doing, but taking it in a different style. which was really cool. And then a couple of months after that, I got to meet William Barton, which is one of the best didgeridoo players in the world. Like, and he played with Gowena, and yeah, just sitting with him and just being in his presence and his mum's presence, just so much to absorb and learn from just world-renowned musicians, you know. And that was such a humbling experience, and it was, I feel so grateful for that. It changed the way that I looked at didgeridoo. So he gave me a lesson backstage at a gig he was doing at South Bank in Brisbane, and it was just, I've been working on the things since, and my playing's just changed to a whole other level. So I feel really grateful to be just to be around and immersed with incredible people. Yeah, been amazing for the didge. Yeah.
I imagine that didgeridoo feels and sounds a lot better than the one from Dreamworld.
Absolutely. I don't even play it anymore. I just look at it. It's more like
well, it's your starting point, so it has a place in the story.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy though. Like, it's like something went off in my brain. Like, you need to learn how to circular breathe, and then this year I got asked to play Gympie, and do you play Didge as well? Okay, can you play Didge in this band? And it's like, okay, it's cool. It's amazing how the universe works. Yeah, it's really special.
Yeah, I think so.
Absolutely. So that's cool. Hey? Yeah, rocking.
It's good news, man. It sounds like everything's moving in the right direction.
Thank you so much. Yeah, and it was awesome to play gigs with you as well. Like that first gig that we did in South Bank, that was cool.
Oh yeah.
That was fun, man. Thank you so much. Like, really appreciate it.
No problem.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for joining us. It's been great having you here.
Yeah, of course.
And perhaps we'll have you back like after next year.
Absolutely.
After you get through those festivals, because I'm sure you'll have some more stories to tell us after that.
Absolutely. There's so many awesome things to talk about, like, and there's so many experiences that you get from those kind of events. It's incredible. Yeah.
So where can people find you?
People can find me at Instagram, M&M Plays Drums. So MM Plays Drums, which is really cool. Thank you so much for your support if you go check that out. And that's cool.
Go and check him out.
Woo!
Thanks for joining us.
No worries. Thank you so much, Shane. Pleasure.
Thanks. Thanks for watching our channel. Please hit like, please subscribe. It really does help us.